this book, right? The sense of responsibility in society. First thing, what is crisis, when it comes, and what way it comes? Crisis comes individually and as well as to the group and as well as to whole humanity. So when we only one thing, when we stay long period on the earth, definitely we have to face the crisis. Means we had born 1,000 lives, we have taken 1,000 births here, then we did not graduated from this school, automatically we have to face the crisis. What, why this type of crisis we are encountered? We know that if the crisis comes individually, we have to learn the lessons and we have to improve ourselves. But what about the global crisis? Is there really whole humanity is responsible for that? If being a one person, if we are taking responsibility, you are going to face the global crisis or you are going to be protected. These two things in our mind. Am I clear? So I want to know before proceeding.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. Right. So the thing is, you are responsible. You are doing at least 50% of good things. You are taking care of your words, your thoughts, and your intentions. But you know, around you are not, few people are not taking the responsibility, or they're irreluctant with their words and thoughts and their motives. Right. Thing is here, one thing we need to stress here is, if you are taking responsibility, if you are taking responsibility to your words, thoughts, and intentions and your actions, you are going to be protected. There is no question you are going to pay the global karma. At the same time, you need to do some help to the others to check with their intentions, actions, and motives. So by the way, they also can be protected. This is what the story of Noah. I think everybody is one of the great story is going to be continuously told by the Christians. Noah is the one of the person who is continuously building the ship, ark, at the time while everybody is happy, where everybody is in the ceremonies are celebrating, are in the feast mode. Noah and his family is working hard to protect the build a ship. So that is going to be protection for them in the future. Same like that, in the world, your good actions, your good words, your good intentions, your good thoughts are going to be arc for you in the crisis time. So you'll have the ship to sail. So this is the way we need to take the responsibility to ourselves, to our actions, to our thoughts and words. Right. So, how can we identify the responsible person? How can we increase the responsibility in ourselves and in the society? So sometimes we look at others and we observe so much in the world. So then we become irresponsible. Sometimes we lose our path and we become that by observing so much and by taking by talking about all those situations. For example, I'll say one example what we'll do generally in our in generally we'll do the mistake in our lives. We continuously listen to the televisions, we continuously listen to the radios or some other newspapers which brought lot of unnecessary thing or fabricated things. They may be true. It may be having 10% of truth, 90% of the fabrication around it. If that is the case, if we are listening so much to those news, or we are going to read or paying attention to those newspapers or media, then automatically we are going to take some amount into us. We are going to be depressed. So in the main case, how can we increase, right? This is what actually crisis means. How we are going to get or call the crisis into our lives or into the world simply is by our actions only. One thing we have to remember, right? How can we be responsible person? Here, one thing is equal. Your sense of responsibility is directly proportional to your self-consciousness. Your sense of responsibility is directly proportional to self-consciousness. How much self-consciousness, that much self-responsibility, sense of responsibility you are going to have. If you are having sense of responsibility, at the same time you are going to self-consciousness. Self-consciousness contains three things. One is personality consciousness, second thing is soul consciousness, third one is the individuality. What exactly personality consciousness means? Personality consciousness means here your three bodies must be integrated. I said one point, I'm stressing self consciousness is directly proportional to sense of responsibility. How you can check you are having sense of responsibility or not? First thing, if any person is having sense of responsibility, he must have the three characteristics, or he must have developed the three things. One is self consciousness, sorry, personality consciousness, individuality, third thing is soul consciousness. Personality consciousness, the integration of your physical body, emotional body, mental body. These three integration, these three bodies when integrated, then you are called as personality conscious fellow. When you are talking or when you are acting or thinking, these three must be integrated and aligned. Physical body, emotional body, and mental body. When these three are integrated, you are called as personality consciousness. Right. What is soul consciousness? When these three are integrated, then after that you realize that you are not these three bodies. These three bodies are instrument in your hand. You are a soul. When you are getting or you are having full trust on that you are a soul, you are not your these three bodies, these three are instrument, then you become soul consciousness. Once these two things are built, then you become a individual. So individual is the third thing. When we become individual means when you are integrated, when you trust that you are the soul, then you are developing the soul qualities, then you become the individual. After becoming the individual, then we'll take the responsibility of the society. When you have become complete individual, then you will take the responsibility of your family, or when you've taken or completed with your family responsibilities. For example, your family needs some, your son or daughter needs some good food, good nourishment, and some support, good education, all these things. Same like that, your family members, elders, maybe your father, mother needs your courageous words, your kind words, and your economical support and your services. You are doing that. Then by doing all these things, you are taking the responsibility of the family. Once you are finished with your family responsibilities or you are learned with your family responsibilities, then you're ready with the, you can take up the responsibility of the society, then to the globe. Then we call it as the global conscious persons or earth conscious persons. So, so first, when we want to take the responsibility, we need to develop these things. Then we'll check with the list. Really, we are having sense of responsibility or not. One sentence I want to repeat from this book. Great ones choose their disciples from those who are developing the sense of responsibility. So we want to be work with hierarchy, or we want to work with masters, or we want to be close to the great persons. One thing we need to demonstrate is this sense of responsibility. Again, I am repeating this point. Great ones choose their disciples from those who are developing the sense of responsibility. At least we need to show that we are developing the sense of responsibility. Then only we are going to be chosen by the great ones. Second thing is, we are having responsibility, sense of responsibility means we are going to be creative and we are going to be constructive. Other two qualities we need to demonstrate. We need to be creative in our work and as well as we need to be constructive. Right. I'll read out the quality of a person who had a sense of responsibility. We are going to have the 6 qualities. Right. First thing, the person who are having sense of responsibility, that person is going to have these following characteristics or following qualities. He tries to do his work in the best way possible. Whatever work you are doing, either it is small job or big job, either it is cooking or it may be of taking decisions for the great nation, whatever it may be, think your work should be the best way possible with your abilities. It may be, suppose you are doing some work. Next day or next time, you are going to do in a better way. This is the thing. It may be of making of bread or it may be of taking the decision for the country. The thing is, you need to work best way possible in your way. So all the great people demonstrated this. You can take the example. He demonstrated self-forgetfulness. Second thing, we need to be self-forgetful if we are a responsible persons. So what are the characteristics of the self-forgetfulness? Practice self-sacrifice. Are we sacrificing something, our time, for someone who needy? Are we sacrificing money for someone who needs our money? Some actions or something they expect from us, are we willing to provide that to the needy? This is what practice self-sacrifice. Second point, does not expect favors from others. Does not expect favors from others. If I did something, so again I need to expect something from them. So this type of this type of psychology is not the symbol of the sense of responsibility. If we do something, we should not expect something from them. Has no self-pity. So generally, I observed myself and most of the ladies, this is going to be the, and another thing I heard so many times from this in the sir class, we are going to have the self-pity. We should not have this. when we want to become a responsible person. Next is not touchy. Somebody make him or her anger may not make sorry somebody's emotions or somebody's emotional reactions will not affect these persons. This is sense of responsibility. Who is having sense of responsibility? They are not influenced by the emotional reactions of the others. Think and work to improve the future of the others. Those who are having sense of responsibility, they always think and work improve the future of himself or herself and also others. Is a generous and giving person. The person who are having responsibility is going to be generous and giving person. I want to give a small example as if in the form of story. So this what I was read from the Tarkam's life history or autobiography. He find that his grandfather is rich and well furnished house and everything, but his grandfather is a shoemaker. Then he had doubt that how the shoemaker can be that much rich. So to test is really earning good money or not, he want to stay back 1 or 2 days in the along with the grandfather, along with in the shop and as well as the home. So continuously 1 or 2 days he want to be with his grandfather. Then you find that when once the customer came, his grandfather is very attentive and welcomed in a warm way. Then he asked his requirement. So then when what exact time needed for the proper making of the shoe, he is going to intimate to the customers, and within the given time he is going to finish his job. Then when the customer come back to collect his order, then he asked the customer to walk with the shoe what he prepared. Then if any fault find by them or find by grandfather, he's going to correct. So some shoelace sole height is less. Sometime the pad is one more pad is required to increase little bit softness. Like that, he's going to check and he's going to correct. Once one customer came and he's taking his ordered one. Then grandfather asked to try once. Then trial walk, he find that it's okay. Customer said it's okay, but grandfather told to him it needs some more cushioning to comfortable walking. Then he taken the shoes and corrected that by giving extra cushioning to the shoes and asked him to walk again. Then customer said it is better. Then you can take now. So this is the one example. Second example, he paid actually $4.5. He charged for that, but he said that he is going to pay the $4 only. Then if you are not paying now, then you need to pay with extra amount. Grandfather told to the customer, and customer only paid $4. Then Tarkam put a question: why you are not taken the amount for your hard work? Then he said he's not willing to give now. Then it is benefit for me. Why? Because with the interest in the future he has to pay to me. It is going to be anyway. I am going to bank it. So he is banking along with interest. He is going to pay me. So that is good for me. So I am not going to have any anger about the customer. So then he realized that how he got that much richness into his grandfather home. Only thing, he is harnessed to his work, his responsibility to he's responsible for his duties. is responsible for the customer's needs. So yeah, he himself find enthusiasm how the responsibility will gives the success. This is the one small story to explain about this point. This is a generous and giving person. Next, exercise harmlessness. Next point is harmlessness. Obey the will of his soul and master. Is full of gratitude. Is empty of glamours, illusions, vanity, and is without an ego. Without an ego. These are the sub-points in the self-forgetfulness. We are learning about the qualities of the person who are having sense of responsibility. The first point is he works best way possible. Second thing is he demonstrate self-forgetfulness. In that I have described about all these points. The person is having self-forgetfulness or not, again we need to check. These points are the checkpoints. We must have self-sacrifice. We should not expect favor from others. We must not have self-pity. We should not react by the others' emotional reactions. We have to think, always work for the benefit of the others and future of the others. The person must be generous, must exercise harmlessness, and he has to obey the orders of the soul and master, full of gratitude, and we should empty with glamours, illusions, vanity, and ego. These are the characteristics of the self-forgetfulness. Now, 2 points of self-responsibility is over. Third one is she is going to be silent. Third characteristic. Those who are responsible is going to be silent. Silent means we should jip our mouth always. It's not. We have to open our mouth when it is needed. We have to close our mouth when it is not the proper time. So this is the thing we need to be developed. Silence means it is not meaning that we should not utter a word and we have to spend the time. The silence means we must have the discrimination. When should we have to open our mouth? When we should close our mouth. We must have the discrimination. This discrimination should be intuitive. You are intuitive. You come to know that when should open your mouth and when should close. That is going to be internal guidance you will get when to talk, when to not. So this is the third point. One should be silent. Silence means another definition is given here. Strict control over our speech. Strict control over our speech. Why? Because suppose as a normal person, if you are talking, or if you are in the market, if so much of noise or talking, you are going to observe. You are talking there in the market. Nothing is going to be happen, or little bit effects are going to be there. If you are going to be in the Prime Minister office, you are talking same like that while you are in the market, then it is going to be affect your lot. So please remember that strict control over your speech. Why? Because when you are growing, when you are taking higher responsibilities, your words are going to be very valuable. It may cause disasters to the nations. If I'm a normal person, if I'm talking something wrong, then myself and my family is going to be affected. If Prime Minister is talking some wrong ways, then the nation is going to be affected. You remember that when you are taking responsible positions, so please be careful about your speech. It, by taking care of your speech is means of silence. Silence means you should not talk. It's not. Silence means you should have the control over your speech. It should be, your words should be filled with light of intuitiveness and discrimination. Right? These two things should be there in your speech. So then your speech is going to be controlled speech. Then your speech is going to be controlled speech. You are going to be silent person. This is the third point which describes about the person who has sense of responsibility. Those who exercise silence know exactly when to keep the silent. This is about third point. Fourth point, he manifests humility. Humility means you must have the love and understanding and sensitivity. If you are having love and understanding and sensitivity, these three together, then you will have the humility. The what is humility means, if somebody makes you low, if you are doing some favor to the group, suppose you are in the Swadhyaya group, you are printing books and you are helping for the classes and you are doing something, nobody is recognizing in the group, but you are working in the group. But still, if nobody recognizes you also, you know internally that you are doing good for the future of that group, then you are continuously doing that work without any hesitation, without any anger, without any criticism in the group. That is going to be called as humility. Humility means if you are doing work with love, understanding, and sensitivity. It may be to yourself, or to the group, or to the family, or to the nation. So you are going to be having these three characters, then you exactly react to the situation. That is called humility. One more example we'll discuss here. So last week I read last month, from past month onwards, I'm reading the autobiographies of Lobsang Rampa and Abdul Kalam. These two people's autobiographies I read, and before that I read the Tarkam's autobiography. I understand that what humility means, how much you are doing to others, if they may not recognize you also, you should continue with your work with great confidence on you, without vanity and without ego, without criticism. This is what I understood as humility. Maybe somebody has good understanding about humility. So this is my perception about the humility. Next point, he teaches others how to appreciate that which is gained by their own sweat and labor, and teaches them not to live as parasite on others. This is the fifth quality. First quality is work best way possible. Second thing is self-forgetfulness. Third one is silence. Fourth one is humility. The fifth point is not live as parasite on others. You need to enjoy your own sweat and labor. So here also, to explain or to give the importance of this point, again I'm adding one more story to this, right? Again I'm repeating this point before story. He teaches others how to appreciate that which is gained by their own sweat and labor, and teaches them not to live as parasite on others. Here one son one father and son is there. Father asked the son, I need $5. So then son went to his mother and asked, I want $5, and he picked up from her mother and hand over to his father. Right over. Then after 1 week, again father requested the son, I need $50 for this time. Can you please provide those $50 to me? Then son asked his mother. Then mother said that she didn't have that much amount of money. So then son, not having any option, so he searched and he left certain $50 of amount dollars and hand over to his father. Then after few days, father did not insisted, and father said thanks to his son. And father did not ask his son how you get this money, and even son did not ask what you are going to do with this money. So both departed, and after 1 month again father called the son again, third time. Now he asked about the huge amount, $500. Father knows that it is impossible for his son to get that much amount. Then even son know that it is not possible for him to render that much amount to his father. Then he asked his father, is it really essential for you? The question put by the son. Father said, this time I need very much. I never ask in the future. So this is the last time I need it. Please provide. So I'm having great need for that $500 of amount, he explained to his son. Then son convinced and went off. Then now he cannot ask his mother. This time he cannot stole. Or only one way is he has to find some work. Then he find the work and worked very hard in the farming. And after 3 months, he got the $500 of dollars amount in his hand. So then he came back to his father and handed over the money. Then for what father did is all the $500 of the money he tore off like a small pieces and thrown into the air, like how we do with when we are in the movie hall with our favorite hero. Same like that he did. All the dollar papers are thrown into the air by his father. Then son struck with the anxiety, anger, anguish, pain, suffering, everything, what not. Why? Because it is all the pain of 3 or 4 months of his son. Then son asked, why did you do all these things? He asked. So before that also you given $5. After that you given $50. You are not questioned me what you are doing with that money. Why you are asking this time? If it is given to me, it is my money. Why you are asking? Then the father questioned the son. Son said, it is my money. Son stressed about the my money. Then how can you say it is my money? Every time you are getting your money only, right? No, one time I fetched from my mother. One time I stolen. Third time I worked hard for 3 4 months. I killed myself in the working in the farm and I got this money. So how can you waste that money? He questioned. Right. Then father told, this is the thing you have to, when you are earn something with your sweat and hard work, then that is going to be valued. When you are stolen, you did not ask that question. When you are taken from your mother, you are not asked that question. It means that when you are working hard, then when you are putting your sweat in that work and you are gaining something, then that is going to be important for you. To make realize of that point, I've asked this money. So then son father given explanation for his son. So not to live as parasite on others, and you are gained by their own sweat and labor. So this is the fifth point, the person who is having responsibility. Right? I think I'm clear up to now. Can I get response?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm moving to the next point.
Yeah.
He learns from his own mistakes and failures with humility, respectfulness, joy, and acceptance. So, again, here one more point. This is the last point which we need to emphasize. The person is having responsibility or not. Then we can check ourselves. Are we having responsibility or not? So, this is the last point. He learns from his own mistakes and failures with humility, respectfulness, joy, and acceptance. We have to learn from our mistakes. That too with humility, respectfulness, joy, and acceptance. So again, I want to add one more story here. Why? Because stories will be is going to be long time than one point. What I understood. So that's why I'm adding one more story here. But it is not my own story. It was taken from the authors only. One of the grandmother asked his grandson to stole one egg from the neighbors. One of the grandmother asked his grandson to stole one egg from the neighbor's house. Then grandson did it. Then while after doing that, son asked, "It is not fair. It's not good. Why? Because that egg belongs to neighbors and we should not take. We can ask or we can request for this time. We should not store." Like that, the grandson said. The grandmother convinced with some answers. We are not taking hen. We are just taking only one egg. No problem this time. We can take. We are not killing the hen. We are not lying. Just we are taking. Like that, grandmother convinced his grandson. So then that one point is minded is it's okay by taking others little thing, taking from others without information, it's okay. That pattern is sticked on his brain. Then next grandmother asked, take certain amount from the other's house. Then he entered. Actually, this time he want to take the permission of the owner and he has to take the things. Then nobody is there in the house. He has taken that whatever he required and hand over to this grandmother. Then he thought that it's okay. I want to say and convey the thing and I want to convince and has to take the thing. But nobody is there because of that reason I have taken. It's okay. Then like that few patterns developed in his mind, he considered all the mistakes as okay. He's not corrected his mistakes. He's not corrected his failures. Then grandmother is failed to correct him. Then automatically he became a thief and he was penalized to the sentenced to the death. So like that all the small mistakes we are taking it as granted. We don't want to learn from those mistakes. Automatically there are going to be big punishment in the future as a collective punishment comes to on our path in the future, like how the small child become a thief and sentenced to death. It means that how we are going to pay big thing for the small corrections. In case of small corrections, if we are not accepting and if we are not open for the corrections, then automatically we are going to be pay lot for that in the future as a big amount. So this is what, again I am repeating this point which is already illustrated in the form of story. He learns from his own mistakes and failures with humility, respectfulness, joy, and acceptance. If the son is learned, if grandson learns or grandmother teaches him, then the person is going to be alive. So, because of that, he lost his life. So, we should not do this. As a responsible person, we should learn from our mistakes, failures with humility, respectfulness, joy, and acceptance. This life on the earth is like a school. Here, failures should be learned. Then, how much faster we learn, then that much faster we graduate from this life and will live to the eternity. So, this is my conclusion. So, thank you for patience listening to me.